Hello everybody, welcome to my second gameplay video. So remember last week when I played Toontown Fellowship? Yeah, I was thinking of that to be just being some random video, but I said, nah, I'll do gameplay. This is Clue. Most people probably know who Clue is, but if you don't know what Clue is, I can explain kind of in the... I'll explain. Okay, so let's look at the video. Well, it looks like this is going to be a long night. Tudor Mansion, the scene of the crime. Oh, Inspector Brown, thank goodness you're here. The road is washed out. You have to spend the night. We were all here enjoying the evening. Everyone was in good spirits considering the weather. When a storm worsened and knocked out the power. Everything was dark. You couldn't tell what was going on. And when I saw Mr. Body, he was dead. And I'm hoping this doesn't last like 5 seconds, this game. It's your chance to solve the murder. I will show you how to set up a game later to do yourself. I can explain this. Okay, so basically how this works. Yes. At least 2. You have to have at least 3 players in Clue for some reason. I'll skip the tutorial. I can explain it all. So I'm going to be my main man, Colonel Mustard. We'll also have Mrs. White and Mr. Green. And we'll have a 4th player. Let's have Professor Plum in there. This is just to add a slight challenge to the game. Let's also have them all in detective difficulty. Just to add, once again, more challenge to the game. Which also means I may not be able to win this, but you know what? Okay, so this is Clue. This game is file number 1, confidential. What's going on is that there are 3 cards in this. Okay, use passive elimination to determine which 3 cards are in the confidential case file envelope. The cards reveal who done it, where, and with what weapon. So basically, Clue shows you, there's a guy named Mr. Body who lives in a Tudor mansion who's dead, and you have to figure out who killed him, where, and with what weapon. Okay, that hand is complete crap. Okay. You dealt these clue cards. Click the cards button to review them at any time. All 21 cards are listed in your notebook. For the one in your hand are marked with padlocks. Since you have these cards, they cannot be part of the crime and therefore cannot be in the confidential envelope. Now, not everyone gets the same amount of cards. Unless you're playing with 3 or 6 players. I got 5. I think players 1 and 2 will get 5 of their 4 players. So what this basically means is that Mrs. Peacock could have not possibly done the crime. The revolver could have not been it, and the lounge, billiard room, and library are automatically out. Let's begin. I'm drinking something. Alright. So I start. If you're playing with Miss Scarlet, who's right here, she would go first, then you go clockwise around the board, so go Scarlet, Mustard, White, Green, Peacock, and Plum. Anyway, my turn. Okay, so what's going on is that I rolled a 10. I don't know if you always roll a 10 on the first game, but whatever. You can then go to any space, and you can make a suggestion. Now, what I like to do is go to I'm going to go to the lounge. Now, you may think that's ridiculous, because it's in my hand. Strategic here. So, basically, we picked a suspect. So, I suggest that it was done by... I suggest that I did it. I don't know why you wouldn't know if you did it with the... You can try and get 1 round, but I'm going to try and prove 2 rounds. So I was going to say I used the wrench to kill him. And then you have to be proven wrong. I have the wrench card. This means that Mrs. White has the wrench card. So there's a White there. This might help me a little bit. I'm also going to put, actually, I'm not going to put my name. Okay, so you can make an accusation. Do not do this early in the game, unless you somehow get a situation where you somehow manage to get the right combination, but I did not. So, Peter's turn. So Mrs. White cannot go into a room. You can only make excuse me. You can only make suggestions in the room you're in, and you can only make them when you walk into a room. So, there you go. Okay, wait, Professor Plum's turn. Unfortunately, I have to do this all. And that's basically how Clue works. Secret passage. Yeah, there's a secret passage on the 4 corner rooms. I'm gonna go there. Now, this sounds stupid. But you have to go, clockwise to see. Alright, let's see. I have a card to show. I didn't have a card to show. I didn't have the card to show, so I already have the room correct. However, the case is not solved yet. Just because I guessed the room right and no one had a card to show, I have both Mrs. Peacock and the revolver. So, if I tried to make an accusation now, I'd probably fail it. Now I have to eliminate people. This can be hard. So, yeah. I don't know, playing this game is a nice little, break. From, like, Luxor and the other games. Especially because, I'm just gonna warn you about the next video of Luxor. I get really mad. I get pretty frustrated with the game. I actually yell a little bit. I have the Mrs. Peacock card, so, you know, screw you, Mr. Green. I remember watching one video where Mr. Green literally, like, had all the cards. Oh, jeez. You can also use other suggestions to your advantage. Like, Mrs. Peacock couldn't have done it, but the knife is possible. You have a card to show. I have the Mrs. Peacock card. Haha. I'm going to roll the dice. Try and get another room eliminated. I'm going to go to the ballroom so I can instantly make a suggestion. Now, I could mess this up, because the ballroom could be someone else's card. I'm going to suggest it was done by Mr. Green with the rope. So I'm assuming that Mr. Green choked him to death in the ballroom. Even though I know that the ballroom is not correct. Okay, so Mr. Green has the rope card. Okay, I always do that, like I click the rope. Like I click a card, but I don't click it. What disappoints me about this game is that you can only play it single player. We had another version of Clue where you could apparently play in local multiplayer. You cannot do that in this game. Also, another thing about Clue is that you move characters and weapons depending on what you suggest. The Scarlet, the revolver, and the ballroom. I've shown a card to Mr. Green. I do not know which card he was shown. So Professor Plum's. So it's Professor Plum's turn. Need something. Right. This is the most scattered roll I've seen in the game. I'm gonna go here. Alright. Peacock and revolver. Conservatory is definitely right, but I have those other two cards, so sorry, Mrs. White. Your day has been blown up in your face. Because I have both these cards. Jerk. Here we go. The fewer players, the easier the game is. Because you get more cards. But usually I end up with those stupid situations where I'll end up with no weapons or no people. Or even worse, no rooms. And yes, it's also a pretty recommended idea to suggest that you may have done it. Because the conservatory is correct and the revolver, I can only suggest that Professor Plum has the Mr. Green card. Because I know the conservatory is right, and I have the revolver. So, yeah, like I said, you can use other players' suggestions to your advantage. Alright. Now, I can't go back to the conservatory, so I'm going to actually head into the billiard room. I have the billiard room in my hand, too. I'm going to suggest that I did it. And I'm going to suggest that I killed him with a candlestick. Or should I? No, I'll use the revolver, because the revolver's in my hand, so I can get Colonel Mustard eliminated, unless he actually did it. I do not have a card to show. I didn't have a card to show. I didn't have... Okay. But, it's still not over. However, it's still not over. Just because I did it, making an accusation at this point would not be very good, as I still need to eliminate some weapons. Also, by the way, the fact that this video is only 9 minutes is pretty pathetic. This would be a much shorter gameplay than the Toontown Fellowship one. The rope is Mr. Green's card. And the lounge is not the right room. Sorry. I have the lounge. So this means that he should have rope card, because I know Colonel Mustard is correct. I usually put correct next to who I know is correct. and then I'll put the name of whoever had it. It's probably a better idea. Colonel Mustard, and the revolver. I had the revolver, so started raining in your parade. And I have no clue who has the... And I have both the lounge and the revolver. Which I have the lounge card. I have the lounge card. That's a waste of an 11. Mrs. White, I do not know. The knife is possible. I don't know whose card that is. Alright. Move to the lounge around another player. Yes, I would like to make a suggestion. I suggest that I use the knife. Because these are correct and in my hand, I know I can either correct or in my hand. This means that I have to be eliminated using the knife. I have the knife card. So this now leaves only the candlestick or the lead pipe, and then all I gotta do is accuse myself. To be perfectly honest, I don't know why Colonel Mustard didn't know he did it in the first place. I mean, that's the challenge of the game, but still. If Colonel Mustard did it, he'd know he had done it. I also kept something called, I guess, a game log, which basically allows me to record exactly how many different games. There are apparently 324 possible games you can have. What's this mean? That means 324 different combinations of suspect, weapon, and room. I'm actually going to show you what number that this game is on the log when this video is over, but, yeah. So I'll go to a full screen view in the end of the game. I have a card to show, I have the library card. I was moved to conservatory by another player. Yes, I'd like to make a suggestion. The last suggestion, because I know who this is. I'm gonna guess a weapon. And the ultimate reveal. I do not have a card to show. I accuse. To win Clue Classic, you must make an accusation and correctly name the 3 cards in the confidential envelope. Beware, if you incorrect, you return to the start space and be forced to stay out of turn. But I accuse myself. That was a little gasp when you pick him. In the conservatory with the lead pipe. And I'm right. There we go. I've gotten really used to it. It was you. I didn't actually know that was a thing. So you've solved the case with Colonel Mustard, and I also am a rookie now. I see you have turned yourself in very honorable. Didn't know you actually could say that. I don't know which game this is, so I'm actually going to look at my little game log that I designed. I mean, like put it into like a Google Doc and link it somewhere. You can compare notes at the end and see your achievements. Sullivan says you have turned yourself in. Very honorable. Anyway, I'll be back in just a second to show off something, and then that'll be the end of the video. Okay, so highlighted in this diagram are Colonel Mustard lead pipe in the conservatory, otherwise as I call it, game number 39. This was a little log I created last night. I basically showed you every possible combination that you could have. There are 324. There are Colonel Mustard with the knife, the candlestick, the revolver, rope, and lead pipe, and wrench in every room. Then it repeats for Professor Plum, Mr. Green, Miss Scarlet, Mrs. White, and Mrs. Peacock. There are 324 possible games that you can have. Anyway, so that is, I guess, the end of this video. This is a fun little gameplay. Let me pause the recorder. I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, I'm back. So that's the end of this video. I'll see you guys next time for I'll see you guys in the next video for Let's Play Burger Shop, I guess. Getting back in Burger Shop, I need to film some more. Little known fact, it's my last video before I go back to school, so I'll see you guys next time, and I hope this video goes well, because I'm recording this on Friday. So, see ya. Yes, I'm not actually going to click help. Help. See ya.